We are now with Mr. Alain Mabry from Mabry Power System, and this company is also providing new lithium battery, which are the future. Alain, explain us what you are doing with this new technology and why you go to this new technology.
Okay, the reason is because we have to deal with 12 volt air conditions, and in order for them to run a long time, we were able to install over the years on the system with the AGM batteries. The problem is that the AGM batteries, even if they are compact and things like that, they are very heavy. I'm just going to make an explanation how it is. Just on the weight alone, that's in a zero situation. So here we have a battery that is a master volt AD. The weight is 140 pounds. The charge on this battery is going to start on about 13.9, but when it's at 70%, that voltage will go down to 12. When it's 50%, it will go down to 8. So we can use only 50% of the capacity of this battery. That on a lithium battery, we can use 70% without changing the voltage on a critical situation.
And it's if it's at 50% of the battery, you can damage your electronics
on the equipment. So we are going to compare on a lithium. I'd rather deal with lithium much better on my boat because I don't feel it. It's 46.3 pounds compared to 140. That
size?
Makes a big difference.
And for the same size?
Same size. The only deal is that this, with a BMS that is showing you the condition of the battery. This BMS is called battery monitoring system, and it's also called battery management system. It's managing the cells. So when you're charging this battery with a regular alternator, it will not affect the battery because it will protect the battery. A regular lithium battery will not do that. You will need a BMS separately to supervise the batteries. Those are included because we don't want accidents.
What are the advantages of a lithium battery compared to a regular one, and what are the advantages of the Mabry Power Systems battery, lithium battery?
Okay, the advantage is that first of all, we designed the battery to fit on the same location where a master volt AD battery used to be. The advantage is that it's only 46 pounds, and compared to this one that is 140, sometimes 150 pounds, it's much easier for us to carry, and we are getting about twice as much usage for the charge. We have a lot of capacity because not only this battery takes the charge much faster, twice as fast as a regular AGM, it absorbs the charge from an alternator and from the solar panel and from everything twice as fast as normal, but also the discharge will gradually, like I was explaining, at 89% the battery is still at 13.3, at 17%, at 70% the battery is still over 12 volt. That a regular battery, when you start getting at 50% capacity, you are already on the 8 volts range that will damage the electronic.
And if you have less weight, you have less weight for the boat, you increase the consumption and the consumption.
So it's a very practical ordeal, and it's very practical to deal with 40 pounds and deal with 140 pounds. In the bilges that you don't have space, it damages your back. all kind of things for the different configuration. We love those batteries.
And how many times you can charge this battery?
On the dead battery, it's 20,000 rated. We don't kill them all the way. We keep them all the way to about 30%, and you have a lifetime into the setup. It's like a cellular phone. The batteries are used to. The old batteries are in the past on the sailboat. They used to be in the same principle of the AGM, and you know how long they lasted. The new batteries, they last much longer, and they are doing a lot of jobs on a smartphone and on a computer.
So finally, it's more economical at the end because you have not to change it every 2 years or
exactly. And you have no contamination, you have no acid. Those batteries could be installed in the cabin, any place, because there is no fumes.
And if you have to remove it, is it a problem for the future for this battery to be destroyed, or?
It's basically the same. It's a little bit less pollutant than a regular AGM, but it goes on the same situation as batteries. They are taking, they are capacitors inside. They have no acid. It's basically a bunch of capacitors, mega capacitors that are taking the charge. So you will not do the same as the AGM, because an AGM, when you have 5 years on an AGM, you are in overtime. When you have 5 years on a lithium battery, you still have plenty of life in the batteries.
So you warranty the battery for the life?
Depends of what people do with the batteries. You see, I'm not there. I'm not there to see how abusive they are. What kind of load they pull out of them.
Why do you decide to go to 12 volt and not to 24 volts?
Because the BMS. Either I prepare the battery management system on 12 volt, or I either present the battery in 24. In the future we will do 24 banks, and we will do 12 volt banks the same way as we're doing now, but we want the BMS, the battery monitoring system, to monitor properly the batteries to guarantee long life. A battery, the secret of a lithium battery is the computer inside that is monitoring everything that is happening on the battery. We don't want remotes, we don't want sensors outside, we don't want Dracula's or Frankenstein deals. Everything is inside the battery, it's all sealed and things like that, and it's all protected, and the BMS is doing it. You're putting a lot of voltage into the battery, you're putting 15 volt because your alternator regulator is, the BMS is going to take care of it.
Thank you, Alain.
Maybe